Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel here. As you see behind me, we are finally done with all this drywall stuff. Got that all finished up and textured and painted. So these rooms are done here. So now I can finally get back onto the exciting stuff, and I can finally make some more videos showing you guys the finishing of this house here. So what we have now is, now that the walls are done, everything like that, then we're moving on to the floors now. So we'll be putting down LVP flooring. So it's going to be really nice. It's really durable flooring, and this is what I put in all of my houses just because it's easy to install. It lasts a long time, and it just looks really nice. So yeah, I guess enough talking. Let's go ahead, start to work, and see how this floor turns out. So let's go ahead and get to it. So in the room here, it's definitely really important for us to get the floor prepared really nicely. Any kind of like high spots, like maybe some like the drywall mud fell on the floor, I've already scraped that off. I vacuumed everything. It's looking nice. Sometimes in the summertime when you're building, if you get some rain, then these seams here, it doesn't matter how expensive or how good your subfloors are. These little seams here, they're going to bow up a little bit. This year we didn't have any rain on the floor, so that was good, and these stayed nice and level and smooth. But if they're not, then I'll go ahead with the belt sander, just sand the seams down, any kind of high spots. But this floor is perfectly flat and looking nice now. I vacuumed it. Everything's looking nice and ready for the flooring. What we're putting down here is this life-proof flooring here. I like this stuff because it's easy to install, like I said, and it's waterproof, it's scratch proof, it's it's real durable. I've had this stuff in my house for years, and it still looks brand new like the day I put it in, except for the spot where the plumber dropped some PVC primer on the floor and turned it purple. But yeah, besides that, this floor is really great. We'll go ahead and get this put in. First thing I kind of do when I'm preparing this stuff is I'll open like 3 or 4 boxes and just kind of mix up the boards, shuffle them up a little bit, just in case if there's one box that might be a little bit different color, then you're not going to have like a line that's a different color going down your floor. This way, kind of shuffle the pieces, and it kind of just all goes in and goes in nice and even colors, even if there's 1 or 2 boxes that's a different color than all the rest. But this brand here, they're pretty good at keeping everything the same color. So I'll go ahead, I'm going to start kind of putting in a couple pieces and make a little progress. I'll come back and kind of show you my process of that and some little tips and stuff about how to get this floor in easier. So I'll be back in a second. Probably take me about 15 minutes to do a little bit of floor here.
The next day.
So back up here in the bedroom upstairs. I said it's going to be 15 minutes. It's been a little more than that because I forgot to charge the battery on my camera. But you see here, we got the whole floor finished up. We put this ram board down. I mean, this flooring is already really durable, but we just want to put this down just as an extra layer of protection. It's just like a nice cheap insurance to make sure the floor is going to be perfect for the new owners. So coming here, you can kind of see what this floor is looking like. This is in the bathroom here. This stuff is the fresh oak. I think I said that before, but yeah, really nice color. Everything is done up here. Closet's done. Next thing is just I'm gonna finish up the bathroom, put the doors in, vanity, tile, things like that. But yeah, it's next thing is to go downstairs and get that all set up. So let's head down there and get that prepped for floor. Downstairs is the kitchen, and in here we everything is nice. We swept it, vacuumed it. We get all the little pieces of sand and stuff out of the cracks there, and just the floor prep is probably the like most important part. So since this is gonna be like a high traffic area for the kitchen here, it's got that belt sander as you saw, and just sand these down, just nice and smooth, just so there's not even like the smallest little hump in the floor. Because that could be noticeable, maybe not, but it just makes the floor come out just a little bit nicer getting those done. So how we're gonna set this floor out is we're gonna start lengthwise here, so the floors will go this way, kind of so when you walk in the house it'll make the house look a little bit longer this way. But to do that, we have to start from this corner because that's just the way that these floor pieces go together. So starting here, but instead of just putting the full pieces along the wall, we'll go ahead and just cut off 2.5 inches of our first row, just so they can slide in flush against the door there, and then there'll be a little lip to go in the doorway there, and it'll go kind of like halfway into the door there, into that next room there. So that just makes it easy to go into the next rooms. So we can get all set up, start putting some floor down, and I'll be back in just a second. And hopefully today we can get this floor put together. Get this first piece slid in here, and yeah, you saw we just cut out these little corners here. This is so it'll slide into the doors there. And starting these first pieces off, you always have to have like this little lip here facing you, because you can do it backwards, and it's much easier when this lip here is facing you. That's the way you're supposed to do it. And then the direction that you're going, you have the same kind of lip on that side, so the next piece can fit into there and then go down and be locked into place. So that's just kind of like the direction we have to go. And with this stuff, it's really easy to cut. Cutting these little pieces out like this, we just use the jigsaw on that with a little laminate floor blade, and it goes together really smooth there. And cutting these pieces to the length there on like this direction. You don't have to use a saw for that one. You can just go ahead and use your blade and just score it and snap it. But I'll show you that part. We'll go ahead and get this little bit of flooring done down here, and I'll show you how to get these ones cut off. Alright, so we made it to the end piece here, and to get this last little part here, instead of doing the tape measure, because that takes extra time, we just get the next board there and we flip it around. So the side that's going to go here, we put against the wall, get the big square and just put it on there, and we'll go ahead and cut that with the utility knife. There you go. Just have to score it just kind of lightly, and then just snap it in half. So that saves you a trip from having to cut it with a saw. That's how I can always tell that someone hasn't done this floor before, is they bring it outside to the miter saw and take lots of extra time. When all you have to do is just get your knife, score it, and snap it, and you're done. The only time you actually have to use the saw is just around the door frames and cutouts like that. Alright, got that one tapped in. So we've been busy here. So we got about four or five rows in now. Took about 15 minutes, got that done. And once these first 3 rows are in, then it gets it pretty straight. You're supposed to put some like blocks alongside the wall there, so it doesn't go under the wall or I don't know, get curvy or anything. But we just get it straight. Put some little screws right through the floor, but we do it right on the edge there, so here the cabinet's going to cover it. Down there, baseboard will cover the screw holes, and that just makes it a lot easier than sticking little blocks in there and things like that. But yeah, we'll go ahead, just keep on working here. We're just being real careful to stagger our seams, make sure we're not having any repeating seams or stair steps or anything like that. Just doing a random pattern here, and that turns out really nice in the end. So, back to work. Alright, so it's been a little bit later here, got a lot more of this floor done. I had to stop and do some little adjustments, because once we come down from the hallway here and meeting up with this floor in here, is a little bit harder, because we have to get this floor going straight so it'll line up with this floor. And it was a little bit over here out. It was out that far, so the gaps in here were kind of lining up. So I had to bring the whole floor over a little bit, and that kind of was able to fill in the gaps there. So this floor is straight with each other now. All the gaps are going together. I mean, there's no gaps now. Like the pieces are locking together nice and tight. So yeah, happy about that. And basically it's just one piece after another, doing the same thing. Get to have a little fun here and there, going into the other rooms, like cutting these thin pieces out to go into the next room, kind of things like that. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward doing this stuff. Just making sure that our seams aren't within 6 inches of each other, and they're just kind of a random pattern. Making sure everything is locked together. And just keep doing it over and over, and before you know it, we'll be done. So that's a little update on that. It's a nice day today, so we'll go ahead, just keep on going. And yeah, keep on going, that's all we can do. Alright, so it's been a couple hours here. We're able to go ahead and get everything done. Doing like the big open floor, like out here, that's really quick. But once we get to like these little, like the entryway here, doing these little cutouts around the door, more cutouts for the door there, into the closet, Those things get a little hard, slow things down a bit. And then the direction that we're moving with this floor is down this way. So kind of like this one. Once we get past here, then we have to put that floor in kind of like backwards. And the way it clicks in, going backwards makes it a little bit harder. But it's still doable. But that's all finished up there. That's the kitchen, living room kind of area. And come down here in the hallway. This one's all done here, looking real nice. And in the laundry room, everything is done in here. And bring it around. This is a little utility room. That one is all finished up. Got everything cut out for the little pipe there, the drain for the water heater. Bring it back around. Yeah, it feels really nice walking through here. That the floor is done. So next thing is going to be the baseboard and doors, things like that. Also have to get the stairs put in. I have the stair treads for that. We'll just kind of ran out of time, but we got the floors done. In here, bathroom's kind of dark, but done in here. That's finished up. And come around for the bedroom. This one's all done here. And then have a little hideout spot under the stairs here. That spot, that will get carpet under there, and we'll have a tongue and groove on the little wall there and ceiling, and a little light in there. So that's gonna be a cool little place there. But yeah, doing this floor is pretty simple process. It's just doing one thing after another. You don't need very many tools. You do just like a jigsaw. I like to use these big 12-inch squares like this one, or like the metal ones, even better. But yeah, just 12-inch squares that fits over the piece there, no problem. And yeah, don't need any other fancy tools. Kind of one of the other tools that you definitely have to have that I really appreciate is one of these flooring tools like this one. So you just hook it in on the floor and then pound the other side. So that way when you're getting here like against the wall, I'll show you here. So take that one, it goes behind the board there. You hit your hammer on this one and it just kind of snaps them together. Real nice and easy, simple. And we just bang these together with just a flat hammer. We got that little tiny one there. And we don't have any special tools to hit it together and click these pieces in. We just get a scrap piece of the floor. Got lots of scraps out there, but yeah, it's a scrap piece, cut in half, and we kind of just put that into the floor, tap that with the hammer, that locks it together. No special tools needed. But yeah, that is all done here. I'm really happy with it, how it came out. And yeah, now we're going to be moving on to the next part. Like I said, that'll probably be for one of the next videos. For the next video coming out, I have a real good surprise for you guys. I think you're going to like it. So wait for that one for next weekend. But for now, that'll probably do it for the flooring. Alright, well, like I said, that's it for the floor here. My knees, they hurt. Definitely gotta get some knee pads if you do this. I have them, it definitely helps. But yeah, my legs hurt, my back hurt. Everything's sore, but everything's done, so I'm happy about that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video and this whole house building process. We're gonna have a few more videos still, but this house is getting towards the end. And like I said, next weekend's video is gonna be a real special one. Looking forward to that. So yeah, tune in for next weekend. Yeah, I'll see you right back here next weekend. Thanks everyone.